They say desperate times can call for desperate measures, and now Continental Airlines is suing 9 of its own pilots and saying their spouses and they baked up a situation to allow the couples cashing in on fake divorces. The airline alleges that each couple split up in order to collect pension funds before actual retirement. ABC's Yunji Denise has the story.
When Continental Airlines pilot Cindy Ernst and her husband divorced, she says she was distraught. So it was a relief when the couple reconciled just 10 months later.
We felt like it's time for us to just move on with our lives and be happy with the family that we have.
But the brief divorce did have a bright side. Because they split up, a federal law allowed Ernst's ex-husband to make an early withdrawal from her airline pension account. Even after they remarried, he didn't have to return it. But Continental is crying foul, suing Ernst and 8 other pilots who it says faked divorces to collect cash, as much as $900,000 each. So why does Continental think the divorces were fake? Well, the airline says some of the couples kept living together even after signing divorce papers. Some hid the divorces from their kids and friends. And after collecting the pension money, every single couple got back together. In the lawsuit, the airline claims the couples were worried their pension funds would fold like United and Delta's did 4 years ago before they retired.
They're pilots. They're not lawyers. It's hard to imagine that they could come up with this complicated a scheme.
8 of the pilots have now retired or been fired. One admitted wrongdoing and got his job back after agreeing to repay the money. The others deny the allegations, including Ernst, who says her divorce was real and her reunion is none of the airline's business.
It's really quite embarrassing to have to lay your personal life and being required to defend yourself.
For Good Morning America, Yunji Denise, ABC News, Washington.
All these cases will each be decided on their own merits. The larger issue is this concern about our pensions and retirement. So we have with us this morning Karen Friedman, the policy director for the Pension Rights Center. So cases like this, shenanigans to try to get away from concerns about pension, you've heard of this before.
Well, Chris, we haven't seen exactly the situation before. But, you know, as you said, crazy times often demand crazy measures. I'm not here today to talk about whether the pilots acted fraudulently. That's going to be up to the courts. But I think there's a larger story here that we really need to focus on. And that's that everybody is panicking right now, whether it's pilots, flight attendants, mechanics, truck drivers, and even engineers. Everybody is saying right now, what's going to happen to my retirement security? And why shouldn't they feel this way? Financial institutions that we thought were too big to fail have failed. 401k plans are plummeting. Companies are terminating left and right. And companies that have good pension plans are cutting them back, freezing them. So people are scared.
So what's the word? We hear the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation has a $33 billion deficit. Should they be worried that if something like GM goes down, you can't get your pension paid?
Well, let me back up just 1 minute, okay? People need to know that there are 2 types of pension plans. There's a 401k plan that, something happens and people are out of luck, like Enron or WorldCom. But in defined benefit plans, and that's what the pilots have, but where it's an employer-paid pension plan where people get lifetime benefits that they can't outlive. They're backed up by the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation. And even if a company goes bankrupt, the PBGC will be there. And in most cases, people get all of their benefits. The Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation does have a big deficit right now. But you know what? It also invests its money in the stock market. So their money, just like the stock market, goes up and down. And the reality is, the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation has enough money to pay benefits for years and years to come.
So don't be worried about that.
Yeah, so workers don't have to worry. Now, having said that, why, if the pilots were to do something crazy, why would they? Because they saw what happened at United several years ago. And the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation, by law, has limits on how much it guarantees. So right now, the PBGC will guarantee $54,000 if you retire at age 65. But there are reductions if you retire early, and there's other benefits that are not fully insured. Well, the pilots got completely whammed, as did some of the flight attendants in United. So they're concerned right now. The Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation isn't perfect, but it's a great program that backs up 85% of the workers whose companies go bankrupt. That's a really great thing.
So there's more reason to have confidence than a lack of confidence.
Absolutely.
Important message to have today. Karen Friedman, thank you very much for giving it to us. There's a lot of information to digest here. How do you get it? You go to abcnews.com, and it's all laid out right there for you.